This is for the young people, yeah, and the ones especially who are interested in many things. Yeah. They want to do everything, and yet they are afraid that they may become a jack of all trades but the master of none. Yeah. And we've all been told, like, focus on things. Yeah. Focus will bring you mastery and things like that. And they are afraid that I'm not focusing on one thing alone, and therefore I will never be the master of anything. Actually, this really is not true. It flies in the face of evidence. Yeah. I'll use some examples. Let's look at some of the most successful people today. Yeah. Let's take, say, Steve Jobs. You know, I think he was at the Harvard commencement ceremony, and he gave an address called "Connecting the Dots," in which he spoke about, and he spoke about how he studied various topics, even when he dropped out of college, and he dropped out of Harvard, in fact, I think, that like he studied calligraphy, he studied something else, anything which interested him. And this all came together when he was designing the user interface for Apple. Yeah. And he called it connecting the dots. So I think that's one lecture you guys could listen to in order to understand why it's so important to explore all your interests. That's one. Secondly, you look at all the other so-called polymaths. I'll call them polymaths. Like in history, somebody's done some research and they say that the 20 most impactful, or the people who had the most impact, scientists, or how shall I say, the people who impacted society most, civilization most, in the history of human civilization, mainly the scientists. They said that 20 out of 20, 15 were polymaths. Okay, and people like Leonardo da Vinci, people like Richard Feynman, people like I say like today's people who are highly successful in business. I stopped midway. Elon Musk, yeah, Bill Gates, and so on, and Richard Branson, and so on and so forth. If you look at all of these people, yeah, they are polymaths. Now, what is a polymath? I'll just explain this. A polymath is somebody who is, I would say, at a good level, yeah, a competency level, which I would say in multiple topics, say 2 or more or 3 or more topics, let me put it that way, where you could say he has excellent competency. In fact, somebody has said, I think it was the creator of the Dilbert cartoon, yeah, he said, if it's not him, please forgive me. I think he said that there are 2 paths, yeah, for people to an extraordinary life. The first path is where he picks one area and he becomes the best in the world at it. Yeah? And the second path is that he picks up 2 or 3 domains in which he gains expertise, and he becomes amongst the top 25%. Yeah, his competency level is amongst the top 25%. According to him, and I agree with him completely, the first thing is well nigh impossible for most people to do. Yeah, it will be just 1 or 2 people in the world who would reach that level. But the second way of having an extraordinary life, yeah, is to be good at many things. Yeah, to have multiple masteries, or rather to have one mastery comprised of these multiple skills and integrating them together. In fact, if you look at a more mundane level also, for people who've gone for interviews for jobs, your interviewer is not looking, and especially young guys, by the way, your interviewer is not looking for just the domain expertise. He's not looking at the technical expertise alone. He's looking for more well-rounded characters. Yeah, he doesn't, and in fact, he may sacrifice a little expertise for having somebody who's a learner, for having somebody who gets along better with people. So he will look at the whole personality. So really speaking, what is valued is not merely mastery in one subject. Yeah, what is valued is that you can gain mastery in many subjects if you have that kind of skill set developed out of being competent at many different fields. In a way, it's a kind of integration, a synergy of energies to producing something excellent.